Radio.
아리랑 라디오.
The time is 9 a.m.
Hashtag DailyK. Are you a meticulous person paying attention to every last tiny weeny detail, or are you a bit clumsy and careless? Well, usually if you're one, you kind of are a bit jealous of the other and envious. So people who are a bit clumsy, maybe they want to be perfectionists a lot of the time. On the other hand, perfectionists feel like it's hard for them to make progress because they want every tiny detail to be perfect, spot on, right from the start. And even if you have a few imperfections, or one of your imperfections is being too perfect at the beginning, the result you end up may be perfect. And what's important is that you keep working at it and strive to move forward. It's the beginning of a brand new week, so no matter what imperfections we have, let's just keep on going. It's Monday, November the 28th, and I'm your DJ Peter Bint. This is your daily dose of career, hashtag DailyK.
그댈 보는 내 맘 하이하이 내 기분도 하이하이 불했던 지난 날은 바이바이 하늘 위로 하이하이 나의 사랑 하이하이 이제부터 우리 둘만 서로 사랑해요 그댈 처음 본 순간 난 한순간 모든 게 변했죠 그대의 미소를 난 온종일 지울 수 없네요 미쳤나봐요 눈치도 없이 가슴 뛰고 숨이 막혀와요 그대 얼굴만 떠오르네요 분명 이건 사랑 신호죠 그댈 보는 내 맘 하이하이 내 기분도 하이하이 불했던 지난 날은 바이바이 하늘 위로 하이하이 나의 사랑 하이하이 이제부터 우리 둘만 서로 사랑해요 변했나봐요 세상 모두 다 아름답고 행복하게 보여 눈을 감아도 꿈속에서도 오직 그댈 사랑하니까 그댈 사랑해요 하이하이 고마워요 하이하이 아파했던 기억들은 바이바이 웃어봐요 하이하이
That was Kim Tae-woo with Hi Hi. He is actually a pretty high fellow, as in he's very tall. I saw him last weekend. He was at the same kids cafe as me. And yeah, he is really tall. I think he speaks fairly good English as well, because he was mingling with a lot of Western parents that were at this kids cafe. I was starstruck. Because he has such a fantastic voice. I will next time pluck up the courage to say hello. Get him on the show. How about that? It is Monday, November the 28th, and I cannot believe it's already the last Monday of November. We're in December by the end of this week. How crazy is that? And then 2017, we are living in the future, it feels like. And there's only 1 month left until the end of the year. What plans or goals did you have for this year? Do you remember way back in January? Goodness, that seems like a long time ago. I was living in the UK, not really thinking about coming back to Korea at that time. But yeah, I'm here. I'm on the radio as well. How good is that? I'm lucky. What about you? Has it been a good year in terms of attaining your goals and going forward with the plans that you made? Usually, it's not the results that matter. Sometimes they do, but in my opinion, it's the effort that you put into getting there. It's the journey, as they say often, that's important. And good results don't always equal success, not at all. Even if you didn't attain your goals, if you keep working hard without giving up, then you've never failed, in my opinion, right? And you can obtain lots of different opportunities that maybe you weren't even entertaining or thinking about. So just keep going. That is the message, right? I don't believe I'm using this message on a Monday when we're just starting, right? Hopefully we've all got some motivation and you've had a relaxing weekend, not without partying too much. Then you're hungover on a Monday. That's the worst way to start a week ever, right? It is Monday, though, and on Mondays we've got Jesse Day coming in for Travel Buff in the second half of the show. Today we're going to Incheon. So if you've ever been to Korea, you'll understand that Incheon International Airport is where you land. It's not actually in Seoul these days, unless you're coming from close by and you land in Gimpo, which is the old school airport here in Korea. So he's going to be talking about Incheon, and in particular, one of the highlights there, Chinatown. So I'd love to ask you guys, what kind of expat enclaves do you have in your country? Like, is there a Chinatown? Is there even a Koreatown where you live? Let us know about those on the message board at arirang.com/radio. In London, we have a fantastic Chinatown as well, so I'm going to talk to Jesse about that, and we can inform each other, right? It is hashtag DailyK. If you are tuning in for the first time or the umpteenth time, I'll just recap on what this show is all about. It's all about career, like literally anything. A big portion of it is the culture, but it can be things to do with the K-pop, with the movies, with the food. We've got guests for all different sorts of subjects. If there's anything that you want to ask us about, then please do let us know on the message board. I see from Saturday we had a question about buying stuff from Korea from Will in Canada. He said he doesn't have any idea where he should shop online that delivers overseas. So I don't think we can say any websites because that would be marketing. So maybe I'll send you a private message or something, Will, because there are a few where you can get shipped directly to Canada and North America and Europe and whatnot with Korean goods. So I'll try and get a writer to write back to you. But questions like this or any others, please let us know on the message board. If we can talk about them on air, we will do so as well. We'd love you to participate in the show as much as possible with just any messages, a hello, a birthday shout out, maybe even a proposal, anything you like, I will do on air for you, as long as there's no swearing. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Request songs as well. Any K-pop that you want to hear, let us know, and we will try and fit in as many songs as we can in the 2 hours of the show. We've got a cue sheet with loads of songs on it, but we're more than happy to just get rid of that and play your songs instead. In fact, we've already got 2 requests lined up, I see, for the next 2 songs, so listen out. If you request a song, yours may be coming up shortly. We're really present on Facebook and Instagram. So facebook.com/arirangdailyk, all one word. On Instagram, it's the same, arirangdailyk. That's what you have to follow. We post up pictures every single day, especially the fun one is to play hashtag, still not a thing, but we're going to do this every day where you play with us. So we've posted up today's hashtag picture. We want you to do the same with the same hashtag. So check out our Instagram account, arirangdailyk, and then post up your own version. So how you can tune in, there's many different ways. 88.7 in Jeju, 88.1 in Seogwipo, 101.9 in Daejeon. That's all the FM frequency. If you're right here in the capital Seoul, you can join us on terrestrial DMB, which is where you have a little TV in your car or on your smartphone, and it doesn't use any data at all. It's fantastic. And you can be with us no matter where you are in the world, as long as you're connected to the internet, which is pretty much everywhere these days. The Arirang Radio smartphone app is what you have to download, and it's free to do so. You can also listen via the online radio widget called Maru Mini Arirang Radio Unit. There, that's all the info out the way, so let's get to some of your songs and some of your messages. Marine in Portugal, hope you are still awake. I'm guessing this request is related to the time you're listening at, right? It's 새벽 1시, 1 a.m. and this is by 태양.
하나둘씩 잊어가 네 기억들을 묻어놔 그저 흔한 꿈이었던 것처럼 It's alright 또 어색하게 웃어봐 지난 네 향기가 날 스쳐갈 때마다 나는 죽어가 Kiss me sign 생각하지 마 그리워하지 마 오늘 하루 어떻게 날 지워볼까 So I jump in my car Go for a ride 미친 듯이 소리 질러 hands in the air 이젠 끝이라고 괜찮다고 친구들은 웃으면서 날 위로해 하지만 지금 내 곁에 네가 있었으면 해 정신없이 수다 떨다 음악 속에 그저 취한다 밤의 끝을 잡고 춤을 추다 네가 생각나면 새벽 1시야 너를 잊은 듯 마냥 웃다 낯선 얼굴들과 밤을 새운다 밤의 끝을 잡고 춤을 추다 네가 생각나면 새벽 1시야 너무나도 차갑게 아무렇지도 않게 날 떠나보냈던 예쁜 두 눈을 기억해 하지만 이제 덤덤해 그저 네가 편히 행복할 수만 있다면 그걸로 난 It's okay 거짓말이야 진심이야 하루에도 수백 번씩 헷갈리다 새로운 누군가 만나볼까 미친 듯이 이리저리 찾아 헤매 이젠 끝이라고 괜찮다고 아무렇지 않게 난 네 얘기를 해 하지만 지금 내 곁에 네가 있었으면 해 정신없이 수다 떨다 음악 속에 그저 취한다 밤의 끝을 잡고 춤을 추다 네가 생각나면 새벽 1시야 너를 잊은 듯 마냥 웃다 낯선 얼굴들과 밤을 새운다 밤의 끝을 잡고 춤을 추다 네가 생각나면 새벽 1시야 네 모습이 떠올라 가슴이 아파 이 새벽 1시에 네 생각을 멈출 수가 없어 Can't stop 네 모습이 떠올라 가슴이 아파 네 생각을 멈출 수가 없어 Can't stop 정신없이 수다 떨다 음악 속에 그저 취한다 밤의 끝을 잡고 춤을 추다 네가 생각나면 새벽 1시야 너를 잊은 듯 마냥 웃다 낯선 얼굴들과 밤을 새운다 밤의 끝을 잡고 춤을 추다 네가 생각나면 새벽 1시야
K-Stream.
With Juhyun.
Oh, that's right. We've got Juhyun in the studio today. It's a Monday. How you doing?
Happy Monday. How
Knew
are
you'd
you?
say that. I'm doing well. What did I do on the weekend? The first snow.
The first snow.
Amazing.
How was it?
Right?
What did you do?
I was in an underground car park.
Oh, really? So you missed that?
No, but as I was driving out, there was loads of snow. Like in the underground car park, you could see the floor was wet. So I was like, oh, it's raining outside.
you don't
It's going to be
like
miserable.
rainy day.
Yeah, but when I came out, it was snowing, and my kids were in the car in the back seat.
They would love it.
And they weren't looking. I went, look, it's snowing. And they were like, what? Well, Gio went, what? My Ellie went, blah, 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 like baby talk. And anyway, they were fixated
So you
on
did
it.
anything special on that day? Snow
No,
day,
because
the first snow?
it didn't settle.
Oh, yeah. A little bit, about an hour or so.
Really? Was it on the ground?
In Seoul. No, not in the ground.
That's what I mean.
It melted.
It didn't settle. So Gio was like, let's go out and make snowmen. And I was like, we can't. It's just turned to mush on the floor. But anyway, that was the highlight of my weekend. What about you?
Ah, me too.
Really? Did you see it with your hubby?
No.
No?
No, I was at home and my mummy text messaged me and
Yeah.
then she said, look at the window.
Yeah.
Snow.
Because you won't notice because it's
No.
silent unless you look out.
I know.
And then you looked out,
Yes.
and what were your emotions?
I was so impressed.
If you had to sum up your emotion as a fruit, what fruit would it be?
A grape.
A grape.
Which is my favourite one.
Okay, fantastic.
But I didn't
That
go
was-
out.
Well done for answering that random question. I didn't expect you to. All right, so on K-Stream, we look at the trending hashtags in
Yes.
Korea right now. First one is weather-related, but not what I want to see.
Well, we have hashtag 미세먼지. Today morning low was -3 degrees Celsius, but that's not the issue that we're going to talk
No.
about. The fine dust level is high. In fact, very high in Seoul right now.
Really?
경기도, 충청도, 전라도, and Jeju-do Island right now. Isn't it so itchy?
Everywhere.
Everywhere, except for Gyeongsang-do province.
Okay, so misemonji is the fine dust, and that's why it's trending, because it's very high. Okay. Oh,
Isn't
I
it so
really hate it.
itchy?
I felt like it was dry.
Oh,
like in
sort
the
of
night
dry.
time. I had to put on my humidifier, but maybe it was the dust in there as
Because
well.
of the dust. The dust is
Yeah.
coming from China, in fact.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so the dust level will reach higher than normal levels in central parts of the country today. So, Peter, if you are planning to go outside today, please wear a mask. Did you prepare your mask today?
No, I don't want to cover this handsome face.
Oh.
This is how I make money. I'm just joking, sorry.
I can give one mask to you,
No,
forever.
I'm fine. No,
You're
it's
fine
okay.
with that?
Forever. You just
Okay.
want me to wear it 24/7. Well, though, I won't be able to speak into the microphones. That's why I'm doing it, guys. For you guys.
That's why. Okay, so talking about today's weather, similar weather pattern will continue for the time being, but be careful with the big gaps in temperatures and higher levels of fine dust. So should be sure to drink plenty of water.
Plenty of water and a mask is very good advice.
I
And no
know.
strenuous exercise. Don't go out jogging today.
No, don't do that
outside.
in the early morning,
No,
especially.
yeah, just do it in the gym or somewhere, or go swimming. So talking about weather, the first snow that we mentioned as well,
I know.
it came earlier than I usually see it, right? In November.
In November.
That's not that
the
common.
end of the November.
Yeah, I mean, in different provinces on the mountains, like Gangwon-do province,
Yes,
that's normal.
usually
But in
in
Seoul,
October,
I thought that was a
November.
little bit early.
Is it?
I was taken by
I
surprise.
enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it.
I saw many hashtags. 서울 첫눈 hashtag 첫눈. Did you see many
Which
hashtags?
means first snow.
First snow.
Yes, I think DJ Isaac,
Oh yeah, she
From our
posted
12 o'clock
it.
K-pop
and
show.
Xian from
she
Music
posted a
Access.
video and you could
Yes.
hardly see it. Like it was a terrible angle.
It wasn't like that in my area.
No, it was snowing a lot where I was as well.
too.
Outside the car. So DJ Isaac, get a better camera
Yeah,
or
please do improve yourself when you're taking pictures. Sorry.
check it out anyway because you can see the first snow in real time there.
Anyway, though, it was only in Seoul and Gyeonggi-do province.
Oh,
They have
really?
seen its first snow of the season on Saturday. Did you enjoy it, by the way?
Yes, how many times do I have to tell you? It was like the best thing ever. It's the highlight of my weekend. Because I have this car, okay, I bought here, and it has a panoramic sunroof, right?
Oh.
So the whole top is just glass.
Wow.
So we were just staring up at it. Not while we were driving, obviously. I pulled over, and then you can see the snow, and it's almost like it's going to fall on you. It's
But
amazing.
isn't it so dangerous to have that?
Why?
What if it rains heavily?
It's made of glass, Julia. Rain cannot penetrate glass as far as I'm aware. I hope it's made well. It was made in France, so maybe not made
So
that well.
it'll be fine. Okay.
No,
No.
because I'm from England, so I'm just going to disrespect France as a joke. No, it'll be fine.
Okay, but not only in Seoul, but also in Tokyo.
Oh.
They experienced its first November snow. Check it out. In 54 years on Thursday, earlier than Seoul.
Oh, I see. So they haven't had
54 years.
November snowfall for 54 years.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. It's quite early. Like if we had snow in London in November, that would be very early as well.
I know.
So Seoul, I'd love to check that out. I mean, is this early compared to usual?
No,
I think
don't
so.
think it's too early.
I think it is. I want you to go back through the weather records, okay, and compare each year for the past 10 years.
Okie dokie, I'll, do some research about that.
All right. The next hashtag is about a trendy event being held in Seoul.
Yes, right. Well, hashtag Beauty Expo. The International Beauty Expo Korea 2016 opened its great curtain at Quix Seoul. The 14th International Beauty Expo Korea, the cosmetic trade show leading the Korean wave, finished its 3-day event at Quix on Sunday. Well, the Beauty Expo Korea has been certified as an international trade show and recognized as an international show back in 2011.
Didn't we talk about
We
this
did
on
talk about
K-Stream,
that. And I wanna-
introducing it?
Yes, you remember that.
Of course I remember. It's not like I look at messages while you're reading the script,
saw them.
Juhyun.
I thought you're not paying attention to
I'm
me,
not
but
paying
you
attention.
are
no.
actually listening.
I've got like a girl's brain. I can do two things at once.
Multitasking.
I can multitask.
Wow, but it is reported that many foreign buyers and expats visited the event in order to buy Korean cosmetic brands.
That's brilliant.
I know.
You didn't go along, did you?
No, I didn't.
You've got enough cosmetics
Yes.
as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. So I didn't go either, but I'm sure it was great for all foreigners who are interested in Korean beauty, which is a real booming industry at the moment. The next hashtag, the picture that accompanies this on the script, I want us to get that on our social media. So writer, if you're listening out there, instead of playing on your smartphone, can you put this on our social media? This is amazing. So it's a new type of bus.
It is in Korea.
Explain away.
Okay, hashtag 프리미엄 고속버스. South Korea introduced premium express bus for long distance trips.
So we already have, if you've been to
Premium.
Korea, a nice premium express
do
bus
have it.
with like really comfy seats that
know.
reclines quite a lot of leg room. But this is a step up.
I know. It's
It's
going to be
amazing.
more comfortable and more expensive. And
Oh,
it's
okay.
Good experience, by the way. Well, South Korea on Friday last week launched a new premium express bus service, newly flat seats, that will provide long-distance travelers with first class and good experience for them. Well, this new premium bus has 21 passenger seats instead of 28 in previous premium buses, allowing each seat to recline up to 160 degrees, like, lying
That's
down.
almost flat.
I know.
Considering 180 is flat, right? That's amazing. And the pictures, what is amazing is these have like screens
I
in the
know,
back of
like
all the
an
seats.
airplane, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's
So-
like a long haul airplane.
I know. So you can play music, you can watch TV programs and games on your seat.
Brilliant.
Isn't it a good idea?
Yeah, and there's like a little curtain partition between
Yes.
all the seats, so it's like almost
private
a private
area,
first-class
isolated.
seat. That's amazing. Really, really. I love these express buses in Korea anyway,
I
but this
know.
has just made me go overboard.
I
I'm going to have to
know.
take my kids on there
Oh.
because I haven't done so. I'm scared that they'll need the toilet like halfway.
Oh, but they have a break
They
time.
do have a break, but not
After 2
according to my
hours.
kids.
Ah, not
if
according
they're
to
like,
your
I need the
kids'
toilet, I need the
schedule.
toilet, I'm just going to have to, because there's no toilets on most of these buses, are there?
No.
See, that's one thing about English coaches. Some of them do have toilets.
Like, Megabus in the US, they do
Yeah.
have a toilet inside the bus.
It would be convenient, I think.
But it could be smelly inside.
Yes, well, it depends who goes in there first, Chuhyun. So how much do these cost? Are
That's a good question. So from Seoul to Busan, it is 44,400 won. From Seoul to Gwangju, 33,900 won. But the thing is, they will have a promotion event from 25th to 30. So check it out. You can go today
You
or
could
tomorrow.
hopefully get some cut price tickets.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. All right, now moving on to hashtags involving K-pop singers. Who are we starting with?
Well, hashtag 시아 준수 musical. JYJ's 준수 to star in musical Death Note. Well, Kim Junsu, who is a member of the popular boy band JYJ, is to star in the musical Death Note before starting his mandatory military service in February. Well, he's going to be enlisted with Big Bang Top
Oh, together.
together.
You can cough in the
Excuse
microphone.
me.
It's okay. There's no germs are going to go through the mic, I promise. I put a special antibacterial
You
filter.
did that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. So continuing on, the singer better known by his stage name, Junsu, was cast as L, one of the two main characters of the musical. Well, this marks his second time playing the role of after 2015.
Have you seen Death Note? I think it was a movie as well,
It was a movie, first of all.
I haven't seen it.
And then it turned out to be a musical.
So I may have to go and watch. I may not as well. I'm going to be honest with you. Another hashtag. I'm a bit
honest.
devastated about
Is
this one.
it?
I didn't realise
Why?
this was the thing.
Oh.
But you're saying it was planned from the
It
beginning.
was a
So it's
plan
about
from the beginning.
IOI.
IOI. Hashtag IOI 해체.
Heche.
해체, disbanded.
They're
know?
disbanding. Not yet.
Not
But they
yet.
are going to disband.
Yes.
Why?
They announced their final schedule before disbandment. The group has announced a final concert before the members go their separate ways. Well, IOI will be ending its run as a group on January 31st on this next year, 2017. The group that was born by popular voting system on one program in Korea, selecting 11 members out of 101 candidates. You remember that show?
Hence their IOI, as in 101.
That's correct. Well, so they will be comprised of 11 different agencies. Because of this, once the 1 year promoting term comes to an end, the group will disband.
So that was planned from the beginning. All these people were from agencies originally, but they
yes.
just weren't doing anything yet. They hadn't
No.
debuted.
No.
That's an interesting project, but I'm sad because they got so much popularity, especially for their current song,
me.
Very, Very, Very. Yeah, never cough in the studio again if you want to keep your job, Juhan. I'm kidding. But yeah, I love them. So they're just going to go their separate ways now.
I know. But the thing is, one of the members, Kim Se-jung, she released a new album of herself, and she's also included in one of the group known as 구구단.
Oh, she's already in another group.
Another member is also included in 구구단 as well.
So they'll all be all right. But I love seeing them together. I thought their
Me
chemistry
too.
was pretty good.
I
And there was
know.
a lot of members.
I know, pick me.
Something for everyone. Yeah. And the last one is the first generation idols who are blowing up SES.
SES. Hashtag SES teaser. Well, they released their teaser for SES new track Love Story. Well, it is a 25-second teaser of SES. You can hear Bada's clear, high-pitched voice.
Nice.
Nice. And are you excited to hear SES' newest song when it drops on November 28th at midnight KST today?
I'm not sure. If it's as
What?
good as Jack's Kiss remake, you know, the 3 words, then I'll be very happy. But isn't this a remake of an old song?
I don't think so.
No? It's a
'Cause-
completely new track.
I believe so.
right.
And they will have a concert on December 30th to 31st this year.
Ooh, so if you want to go and check them out, SES in their middle age, then go and do so. I think things get better with age,
Right.
especially people
Yes, like us.
who've got more experience. We're not middle aged yet, are we? Are we?
Not me, not me.
Not
Not
me.
Not me.
Don't try and separate us by generations. We're nearly the same here.
I know.
Okay, great hashtags there, but the most important one is our hashtag.
Our hashtag.
Time to play.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. And today,
Hashtag is hashtag my collaboration.
my collaboration. Okay, because we're going to talk about that in K-Trend Pick a little later.
Oh,
so that's why it's
interesting.
coming up. So talk about any kind of collaboration. We've put on our photo this
What
morning.
is it?
You were in the photo. Don't act like. So in the photo, we are all
Please
three of us.
explain to us.
Me, you, and our junior writer, and we are collaborating to try and make something. The keyboard in the studio
It's not working.
is a wireless one, which is
What's
lovely.
wireless?
But look, the battery light is flashing.
it is? Oh,
so it's not working. So I can't search for our hashtag at the moment. But anyway, go on to Instagram, DailyK, all one word, and you will be able to find today's photo, which is
Yes.
my collaboration.
Yes,
and
yes.
guess what we're trying to create? What kind of image? Some listeners have had, are you trying to be a train? I thought that was quite creative, but no, it's not a train. Okay, keep guessing. We'll play a song. Why don't we
Yes.
play a request here from Siska? It's Asiatics with Ready, Set, Go.
Check, yeah. Another year we up in here. Nation colors match my gear. Cheer together with my peers. Going in and out my ear. Single nation, single voice. We hear each other loud and clear. Put down all the fears and hate. Unite us when we out of here. The moment is finally near. Through all of the sweat and tears I rise. Find myself. Reach for the dreams that I've been waiting for.
Now that I'm standing here, through all of the pain and fears I rise and overcome. Now the time is here.
Represent the country where my blood originated. Every day we celebrate and elevate, and yeah, we made it. No matter where I go, I'm representing till I rest my soul. And every day we take that goal, cause that's our goal. Now ready, set, go.
Oh, no matter where we go, wanna do the impossible. Oh, oh, oh. So get on your mark, are you ready? And set, let's go. No matter where we go, I wanna do the impossible. Oh, oh, oh. So get on your mark, are you ready? And set, let's go.
No matter where I am or where I go, yeah, you already know. Domination in my blood and now I'm ready to go. Oh, oh. Cause I'm bout it. Winning a race is quicker, supersonic. Got it, we got it, got it. over the world.
Oh, no matter where we go, wanna do the impossible. Oh, oh, oh. So get on your mark, are you ready? Get set, let's go. No matter where we go, we wanna do the impossible. Oh, oh, oh. So get on your mark, are you ready? Get set, let's go.
나를 버리고 가시는 님은 심리도 못 가서 발병난다.
Oh, no matter where we go, wanna do the impossible. Oh, oh, oh. So get on your mark, are you ready? Get set, let's go. No matter where we go, wanna do the impossible. Oh, oh, oh. So get on your mark, are you ready? Get set, let's go.
Nice little
Nice.
piano to
Arirang.
close things off. It sounded like Arirang.
It was Arirang.
It had the tune in there,
Yes.
didn't it?
Yeah.
Ready, set, go. That was
Collaboration.
nice. Yes, a collaboration with Arirang. So we got some messages about my collaboration coming in, have we? Well, we got one at least. Will from Canada says, "How was your weekend? Do anything fun? I feel for you. Having snow at any time really sucks." No, Will. Me and
Poor
Julian
Will.
are really big fans, aren't we? We like snow.
We do
'Cause
like
it's not like
snow.
where you are, where it becomes a big hassle.
Canada.
It's kind of a treat for us. So my hashtag collaboration. Sorry, my. Well, I'm saying it in the wrong order. Hashtag my collaboration. Not that difficult, Peter. Would be working with my queen and making sure that he doesn't make a bad comment about you or jokes about you. Oh, you're talking about me, Will. So your collaboration would be to stop Peter from talking, basically, because, yeah, I'm a bit bad, aren't I?
Stop.
How about we tie him to the chair while making him listen to the weirdest music that we can come up with?
That's a brilliant idea,
While being
Will.
tickled and gag him so he doesn't talk back. This is getting weirder and weirder, Will. Thank you for that message, though. You're right.
I would
Sometimes
love to do that.
I do
Will.
need to be restrained. You're right,
Yes,
Jiyoung, because
yes.
you're all lovely,
I can prepare some
jubbly.
ropes here.
She's not as nice as she seems sometimes. Sometimes comes out with weird comments like that. Your collaboration. It's time to play hashtag. Oh, wow. Look what Siska has posted up. This is so nice. So what is this collaboration? It's an Arirang radio collaboration. All your friends have now come to see you in Indonesia. So you got lots of the Babo 6 gathering. That's Siska,
I don't
that's
think
Sophie, Rushi,
the male friends are not.
Leon, Teo, and Josh, right? Is that Joshua?
Oh, Joshua.
And you're all holding phones which have a Arirang DJ on them. Look at that. How cool is that? So Leon is holding Jenny Joe, a former DJ. That's Josh. Leon is holding MJ. Rushi is holding Sam Carter, I believe.
Carter.
And Siska, you're holding Joe from Jeju-do, Wonders of Jeju.
Wonders of Jeju.
And Sophie is holding someone very handsome. Who is that?
Oh,
Oh, it's
it's a
Sirloin.
puppy. I think it's
yes,
puppy.
it's
Oh, it's a
Sirloin.
Sirloin.
With
Did
DJ Peter. That's me
DJ
as well.
Peter? I can't recognise that.
Thank you. That is such a cool picture. I'm going to save that somewhere. Not on this computer because this isn't mine. I can't take it home. But thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
Keep them coming. My collaboration. And shall we read a couple other messages
Yes,
we've got
please.
here? We got one from Unji94. Says, how was your weekend? Mine was so bad because I had to study. Exams are coming soon. It's so stressful. Oh dear.
Final exam, is that correct?
Yeah, well, it can't be the Sunung, the SATs, because they finished. In Canada, there must be a different schedule of exams, I suppose.
I guess so.
Good luck with them.
Good luck.
And hopefully we can pay your song request. We'll see a bit later on in the show. What have we got here? JY Kim also, not also, but in Korea says, good morning, King Peter and Queen Chuhyun.
Hello.
Because of you two, I get a lot of energy. So this week, 잘 부탁드려요. I am asking you for a good week.
Oh, thank you so
thanks for your
much.
message
You
in
too,
Korean.
Young
That's right.
Sweet.
Any Korean listeners out there, don't feel like you must write in English.
Yes,
you can write in Korean, and we'll
Mhm.
translate it for you
Absolutely.
as best we can. Okay. We'll get to some more messages later on in the show, but before that, why don't we get into the second part
Yes.
of K-Stream?
Well, today we are going to talk about hybrid cars. Hybrid cars took up to 94% of eco-friendly cars sold in South Korea through October this year.
So that makes it sound
94%.
amazing, but all that means is that hybrid is more popular than electric at the moment.
Seems so.
But in the general trend of things, there aren't enough hybrid or electric cars here. But it is increasing.
Increasing right now.
So how many people are using hybrid automobiles?
Well, in fact, the combined number of eco-friendly cars sold here in Korea came to 53,000 units through October, which is up 63.8% from a year earlier. And in case of local brands, they accounted for 41,000 units, while overseas models took up 12,000 units. Sales of hybrid automobiles jumped 28.1% over the cited period to reach 50,544 units. That's a lot.
Oh, that is a lot, and it's good to see them increasing, especially because there's a lot of domestic car makers now focusing.
Yes.
They're a bit late into the game to make some decent ones, but there's a couple of good cars that have come out recently from the K brand and the H brand.
That's correct.
I wanted to buy a hybrid car.
Really?
I'm really into like saving the environment and stuff. But unfortunately, secondhand, they're not that cheap yet.
No,
because there aren't.
it is so expensive these days.
There aren't that
Still.
many older versions, so I had to plump for a very fuel-efficient car instead.
Please
But I
do
will
so.
switch over soon, I promise.
you
And there's
promise.
going to be apparently the T brand of electric car from America, the very famous one,
I
Elon
know,
Musk
I know.
associated, coming to Korea.
Yes, coming to Korea.
Maybe by the end of next year. And that's fully electric. So that's
Hybrid cars.
really good. It's not even a hybrid. That's just a full electric one.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Look out for that. So tell us about the advantages of environmentally friendly cars. Are they good for the environment?
Of course.
Oh, I see.
Environmentally friendly
Wow.
cars. Well, one of the biggest advantage of hybrid car over gasoline-powered cars is that it runs cleaner, of course, which makes it environmentally friendly. And this hybrid vehicle runs on twin-powered engine, which is a gasoline engine and electric motor that cuts fuel consumption and protect energy and environment, of course.
And that's the good thing about hybrid over full electric, because if you run out of electricity, that's it.
That's it.
You just stop in the middle of the road. But luckily, the hybrid ones have the gasoline engine as well together. So that's why
Together
they're
with
favoured
that.
at the moment. But soon, we will get to a stage where electric is fine by itself. And I actually saw some police cars that were hybrid as well.
You saw that in
Yeah.
Seoul, right?
I think so.
Yes, well, the government replaced some police patrol cars in Seoul back in 2013. And as part of the government's drive for greener public vehicles, the Environment Ministry decided to gradually increase the number of LNG-powered city buses as well.
LNG as well. That's another side of things. I think they're more fuel efficient than gasoline
it
and
is.
diesel. And I read an article that the demand for hybrid cars has increased after the big brands
H1,
here released the I and N models.
Yes,
And those are the two that I was
respectively.
looking at. But they're so new, so secondhand, they're still very expensive.
Are you serious?
Yeah, in particular the N one, because it's kind of... I was talking about these letters. No one's going to know what we're talking about. But if you look at the big manufacturers and just type in
In
hybrid
Korea,
cars Korea,
yes,
you'll see the models.
I
And they've
know,
got some
I
funky
know.
ones up. The problem is they don't have any really big ones at the moment. Because we've got a family, obviously,
Yes,
as in my
full.
family. So we need a biggish car, like a spacious one. And it's just a little bit too much weight for a hybrid engine to carry.
Oh, I
Although they
didn't
do
know
have
that.
some from Japan, like 4x4
So
ones.
weight limitation?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's got to be light
So
in
you're
order
too
for an
fat to take that car?
Yes. Do you have to
That's-
say it on air?
Oh, yeah, I just
Julian?
said that.
Okay, thank
So
you very
sorry.
much. But thanks to the domestic brands, that's what's increasing and pushing demand.
Well, sharp increase was apparently helped by the launch of the two hybrid local cars by industry leader H and the small affiliate K1 in Korea. How about in the UK? Can you see any hybrid cars
Lots
around
of
the
hybrid
world?
cars, especially from Japanese brands.
A Japanese one.
There's the very famous P
Yes,
model, right, from the T brand, which many celebrities drove about to make it
saw
famous.
that.
There's so many. In fact, most now mini cabs are
they
those
enjoy
cars
that, yes.
because it's cheaper for fuel. They make a lot more money. But also the T brand from America that I mentioned before, Elon Musk's brand, that is gaining huge popularity because it's reasonably priced and it's completely electric. But do you know what? I was listening to a podcast the other day and it was saying within 5 to 7 years, you know, driverless cars are now becoming a thing.
I would love to have that.
It said no one's going to be driving cars. So all these cars that we're buying now are going to be useless because we're going to have driverless cars. You won't be allowed to drive on the roads because you're too dangerous compared to computers.
Is it true? But
Well,
I think
humans are much
driverless
worse.
cars are dangerous right now.
At the moment, yeah.
At the
But
moment.
once software gets to
Maybe
a
decades
certain
later?
level, no. Within 5 years.
Within 5 years?
Because technology is developing so quickly.
So we don't need any driver's license right now.
No, not when you're driving a driverless car. And that's the thing.
the
Humans will
best
be the
thing.
danger. So we won't be able to drive
don't
unless it's on a
drive
track.
anymore.
That's the vision for the future.
Let's do that.
Anyhow, back on
Anyhow.
track. What kind of efforts are being made here in Korea to promote hybrid vehicles? Because in the UK, you used to get tax breaks and all sorts of things, so it's brilliant.
Yes, a good idea. Well, the thing is, the government made efforts to provide subsidies for electric automobiles industries, and the government they are developing infrastructure for such vehicles. But many experts say the government should also focus on building infrastructure and rolling out subsidies to develop the electric segment as well.
That's a brilliant idea, yeah. I've heard that in Korea, once there's enough electric charging points, there'll be many more people buying them. But they're doing a good job.
And
And many
spots as well.
apartment complexes have the
they do have it.
charging points,
Oh.
even like department stores as
Department
well.
stores, yeah, so I saw that.
Absolutely brilliant initiative. Let's read a couple of messages before you go, because we've got lots to get through here.
Do we have?
We have one from Marine saying, it's interesting that the first snow in Korea is always related to social media and posted on there. It's not like it's snowing from time to time because every year it snows in Korea. I find this trend of posting pictures of the first snow interesting. I believe it's maybe because snow has a kind of timeless enchantment and make people feel dazzled by it.
Emotional.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not like we didn't think it was going to snow this winter, but we still post it
knew
on there.
it.
The first snow is important here,
Yes.
isn't it? For some
and you
reason.
have to meet your lovers.
That's what
on
they
that
say,
day.
right?
Yes.
Marine, does it snow in Portugal? There must be mountains
I
there.
don't think so.
No, because in Spain it snows in like the
Spain,
mountainous regions.
yes.
Portugal is right next there. Let us know, Marine. Does it snow where you live as well? I would love to find out.
Me too.
Okie dokie. Jihyun, you are going to be back tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'll be back.
We'll be collaborating for a show
Yes,
again.
collaborating. once
Hashtag my
again.
collaboration. Don't forget to post up on your social media. Jihyun, don't forget to come in tomorrow. I'll be
won't.
stranded
I
without
won't.
you. Song request here from AK2012. This is Sugar Bowl with 사라져버려 or Disappear.
그렇게 날 바라보지 마요 내 맘은 힘없이 늘 무너지잖아 내게서 좀 떨어져 줄래요 눈을 돌리면 언제든 앞에 있잖아 한 발 멀어져도 웃으며 나타나는 너 무슨 병에 걸렸나 또 생각했었는데 문제는 너야 너인 것 같아 너랑 사랑에 빠질 이유가 없을 것 같은데 왜 날 이렇게 꼼짝도 못하게 하는 건데 사라져버려 내게서 멀어져 한참
보지도 못하게 Baby it's you 생각이 나네요 Baby it's you 이럴 마음 없었는데 연이 자주 만나는 사이라 심하고 있었는데 다리 가리고 다녀라 네가 널 못 보게 한 발 멀어져도 웃으며 나타나는 너 무슨 병에 걸렸나 또 생각했었는데 문제는 너인 것 같아 너랑 사랑에 빠질 이유가 없을 것 같은데 왜 날 이렇게 꼼짝도 못하게 하는 건데 사라져버려 내게서 멀어져 한참 돌아보지도 못하게 한데 무작정 이렇게 끌려다닐 수는 없어 뭔가 잘못된 거야 난 이런 사람 아닌데 사라져버려 내게서 멀어져 다시 돌아보지도 못하게 It's you It's you
A song request from Soul Simp, who said it's lovely to start mornings with Daily K. This one is for you. It's a broccoli, a 너마저 이웃의 방해가 되지 않는 선에서. So roughly translated until you disturb your neighbors.
알겠지만 시끄럽다고 음악 좀 줄일 순 없냐고 날 그러면 차라리 나갈게요 그래 알고 있어 한심한 걸 걱정 끼치는 건 나도 참 싫어서 슬픈 노래 부르면서 혼자서 달리는 자정의 공원 그 여름날 깜깜한 그 불빛 아래 잊을 수도 나나나나나나나나나
K Trend Pick. This is where we talk about a trend happening in Korea and we pick it out for you guys. At the moment, there's a boom of collaborations in Korea, hence today's hashtag #MyCollaboration. So cosmetic and food and beverage brands have collaborated with the creators of popular characters to launch lots of limited edition items. Some Hallyu K-pop stars are teaming up with duty-free brands and whatnot to promote each other. And that's not all. Musicians are actively collaborating with one another too. For instance, Songso of Cosmic Girls, Unha of G-Friend, Yua of Oh My Girl, Nayeong of Kugudan, and Nancy of Momoland partnered up together to form a girl group called the Sunny Girls as well. How cool is that? You got members from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes I can count, 5 different groups coming together to form another group. The birth of this wonderful girl group was made possible thanks to the boom of collaborations.
Take me away 상처뿐인 날 잡아줘 한눈에 딱 알아버렸어 넌 처음부터 my boy my baby 하지만 다
That was Sunny Girls with Taxi. Hope you enjoyed that and are enjoying the show. It's time to wrap up the first 60 minutes. Jessie is coming in for Travel Bath after the song break. And we're going to Incheon and we're going Chinatown in particular. So do you have any expat enclaves that you have in your country? Get it up on the message board. Last song of the first hour is Park Hyo-shin, Shine Your Light.
어쩌면 너를 만나고 사랑한 건 운명 같은 일이었지. 참 신기하지. 난 마치 해를 만난 새벽처럼 긴 겨울 끝에 봄날처럼 너에게 이끌려 꼭 영화 속의 주인공처럼 I can lie 너의 눈을 보면 알 것 같아 그래 너라면 기댈 수 있어 난 다시 꿈을 꿔 깊은 밤 When you shine your light 어쩌다 걷다가 힘이 들 때 날 일으켜주던 한 사람 Who shines a light on me 두 눈이 붉게 물들 때 나를 안아준 너에게 있잖아 내가 달라지는 것만 같아 이제 네 마음을 알 수 있어 세상이 변해가 오늘 밤 When you shine your light 가끔 서운하다 해도 Yeah That it's gonna be alright It's alright 내겐 그것도 필요 없어 Baby when you shine your light 알잖아 운명 같은 우리 사랑 좀 더디게 흘러가도 그 빛을 기억해 기적처럼 이뤄질 거야 Just as stars
아리랑 radio
Korea Road Tour. Experience all that Korea has to offer with your own 2 feet. Our next destination is Suo Stream, which flows from Ochiri, Jinsangmyeon, Gwangyang, South Jeolla Province, all the way to the South Sea. It embraces a beautiful valley. Suo Stream is an important stream that provides industrial water and drinking water to Gwangyang. It originates in Baegun Mountain, which is as high as Jiri Mountain's Nogodan Peak and has various peaks frequented by hikers. There's also a great natural park in Baegun Mountain where huge pine trees stretch out for miles. Japanese cedars provide a fantastic view, and a beautiful valley is hidden away in the forest. If you're an avid hiker, this is the place for you. Baegun Mountain has various valleys, including Donggok, Seongbul, Ochi, and Kumcheon valleys. The Ochi Valley has the deepest center. There's also the Kushi waterfall, shaped like a horse trough, and Seonyeotang, where it's said that fairies came down from the heavens to bathe. Take a look around the waterfalls and dip your feet into the valley waters to feel like a mountain sage. Suo Stream is a well-preserved habitat for endangered species thanks to its inaccessibility. Gwangyang is famous for the sap of the painted maple, which strengthens the bones. Be sure to get a taste that's good for the palate and the body if you're in the area.
Adida Radio.
Arirang Radio.
The time is 10 a.m.
Welcome back to the second half of Hashtag DailyK. Well, that's right, you're tuned into the greatest show on Arirang Radio. That airs from 9 to 11. All the shows are equally as great here, right? I hope so, anyway. A couple more messages to read out. Remember, our hashtag today is my collaboration. So for my picture, our picture, the Arirang DailyK one, it's me, then Juhyun, and then our junior writer, all on top of each other, as in our heads. It's hard to explain. Please go and look at our Instagram account, Arirang DailyK, all one word. I've asked you to guess what we're trying to imitate or mimic there. Siska said a train. Lenny said a Christmas tree. Oh, that's cool as well. Marina said a train as well because it's my son's favourite character. No, that's not correct. Jayun a train. Do we really look like a train? I guess so. Annie says peas in a pod. That would be cool as well. Our little round heads, right? And Siska says again, how about a Christmas tree? No, that's not it. But Ancient Moon, you're you're right. Okay, we're going to stop the game right now. Ancient Moon, you got it right. A totem, that's what we were thinking, a totem pole. You can see those in some places in Jeju-do Island, I believe in the folk village. Not sure if they're traditional Korean things or just a mimicry of that. Marine has posted up her collaboration, and it's you and the world famous footballer CR9, otherwise known as Cristiano Ronaldo. Are you seriously together, or is that, oh, that's just a thing, isn't it? That's just one of those I think, is this an airport or somewhere where they put Cristiano Ronaldo next to you when he's not really there, like a hologram or just on the TV. But that is hilarious. What would you guys do together, hey? Marine, tell me what you'd like to do with Cristiano. Play football, right? Nothing else, right? Don't get any ideas. Although he is a sexy looking monster, isn't he? Some other messages here from earlier on. Lenny24 said, morning, you guys. I've just arrived at my hometown again this morning. So crazy but fun. I sat on the train about 14 hours. And today, the train was late about 45 minutes from the schedule of what it said on the ticket. It was actually ready when I came to the station yesterday. 14 hours on the train. I hope the train is as luxurious as the express bus that we were talking about earlier. AK2012 said about that one, I'm going to keep that in mind when I come to Korea and when I travel Busan from Seoul. Yeah, you've also got the KTX, which is just as nice. It doesn't have the screens, I guess, in the back of the seats. So up to you. If you want to get there quicker, choose the KTX. If you want to get there in luxury, choose the bus instead. All right, it's time to play a song, and then Jessie is coming in for Travel Buff. This is Big Mama with Beautiful Day.
It's alright. 자유롭게 가는 거야. 지금 이대로 더 망설일 필요 없어. It's so cool. 어디든 떠나고 싶어. 내가 꿈꾸던 그곳으로. 주머니에 얼마 안 되는 지폐들로 오늘 하루 견디고. 방 한 구석 쌓여만 가는 먼지 속에 기타 하나뿐이네. 라디오엔 늘어져가는 사랑 노래 햇살도 늘어지고 지루했던 이 거리를 떠나보는 거야 봄바람을 따라서. It's alright. 자유롭게 가는 거야. 지금 이대로 더 망설일 필요 없어. It's so cool. 어디든 떠나고 싶어. 내가 꿈꾸던 그곳으로. 떠난다는 생각만으로도 두 눈을 감고 가려져 있던 오직 나만의 세상을 괜찮아 시간이 흘러간대도 가슴 깊이 날 부르는 걸 It's alright 자유롭게 가는 거야 지금 이대로 더 망설일 필요 없어 So cool 어디든 떠나고 싶어 내가 꿈꾸던 그곳으로 So alright 자유롭게 가는 거야 지금 이대로 더 망설일 필요 없어 어디든 떠나고 싶어 내가 꿈꾸던 그곳으로 가슴 깊이 날 부르는 걸 영원한 나의 beautiful day
Travel Buff.
With Jesse.
Jesse is in the studio for Travel Buff. Jesse, can I ask you a question?
Can I ask you a question first?
No.
Is that different music than usual? I feel like it's a different tune. It was more of like a Caribbean kind of. Normally it's a different music. Yeah, I like it.
Is
I like
it?
the
Wait.
new tune.
You're getting me confused because we do have that for one guest, but is it not Travel Buff's music?
Well, maybe they've switched things up.
Is it? I'm going to have to ask producer, but he's on his phone now and he's walked out of his seat. So when you're back, producer, and you're worried about the show, please tell us, is that the regular Travel Buff music? I'm confused now. Yeah, maybe it's not.
Yeah, I think we've taken
We
on a
do
new
have
flavor.
a salsa theme because I remember I was kind of doing a salsa dance, but I
Okay.
don't think it was with you, was it?
No.
No. We've never salsa danced together.
We have not.
To the best of my knowledge. And the question I was going to ask you, Jesse, was do you do voice acting as well? You've got a great voice for
Oh, thanks. I have.
like,
yeah.
stories and stuff.
I've done
I think
like
would be great.
company narration,
Uh-huh.
so and so industries has
Yes.
been started in 1996 using the I've
I
done
love
some
those
of that
marketing
stuff.
videos. I completely ruin them, I think, with my accent. It's just
Oh,
a
really?
boring British one. But
Well,
it's
no,
usually for
British
like
accents are
science
cool.
companies and things like
Okay.
that. They want a British accent to sound intelligent, and I don't. So sorry, but you've already paid me, and I'm not
Yeah.
giving the money back.
Good call.
Today's hashtag I want to ask you is
Yeah.
my collaboration. So what's a collaboration you've done recently with someone or something that stood out in your mind?
A collaboration in
It could
terms
just
of
be
work.
for a TV show. It could be a personal thing as well. Anything.
Right.
It's as broad as you like.
I guess my YouTube show is kind of an ongoing collaboration, right?
Ah, yes.
It's essentially, I'm always having different guests come on and challenge spicy food together. So I'm kind of constantly in a state of collaboration with that. So
Yeah,
be
it's
sure to
better than
tune
doing
in.
it on your own, right?
Yeah, most of the time it is. I mean, having too many guests can be a bit of an issue I've found sometimes because
Sure.
then you need multiple cameras.
Yeah.
And then it's more of a hassle to edit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's definitely way more fun with guests. And I think it's more interesting for the viewer too, instead of just watching me sitting there.
Sure.
So youtube.com/JessieDayKR, you can tune in.
It's good fun because they eat insanely spicy food on there.
Yeah.
And that's just funny. But I also now want to ask another question.
Yeah.
Before we get into Travel Buff, which we're also going to do, listeners out there, don't worry.
Are we actually going to do travel buff? We could just skip it and just
Yeah,
chat.
sure. No, but do you not run out of spicy foods? I know in
Yeah.
Korea there's a lot of spicy food, but surely you've done like the really spicy stuff now.
Yeah, I have basically run out of stuff. I mean, like I've had like 4 different types of tteokbokki.
Sure.
Now the one thing that people are still asking me to challenge is Maedok in Busan.
What's that?
It's supposed to be the spiciest tteokbokki in Korea, but it's in Busan.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm not going to go to Busan to film a YouTube episode.
Not
But if I
just
happen
for
to,
that,
if I happen to be there, I'll search it out and definitely do it.
Ooh.
But that's kind of the one last really crazy spicy challenge left.
So
for
you've
me.
done the buldak, the actual buldak, the fire chicken kind of stuff.
Yeah,
not the noodles, but the
Right. Buldak is one of the least spicy foods
Really?
in Korea, so it's not even that big of a deal.
Wow.
Like I've had the spiciest buldak probably in Korea, and it's not that bad.
Really?
Though I did it with my buddy Steve, and he did have some trouble with it for sure.
I'm guessing most of your guests, they look at you and they think, oh yeah, it'll be all right, and then they
Right.
realise you've got an insanely high tolerance for spicy food.
Yeah. Yeah, most of them don't regret it, or they don't. I mean, recently I ate the second spiciest pepper in the world, the ghost pepper.
Oh, with Dave.
With Dave, and
he was not happy.
no, he was having a very hard time. It was
Brilliant.
not
We
fun.
really could do an episode on this because I'm intrigued by eating spicy food as well. We should do it with Ryan when he comes in on Tuesdays, our
Yeah.
chef guest as well. We'll do something together. But today, Travel Buff, we're going to
We're going close. We're not-
Incheon.
yeah. A place that's known for the airport, of course.
Yeah.
But a place that has a lot more to it than that. And it's kind of a cool place if you're already, whether you're living in Seoul and you've kind of, gotten tired of Seoul,
Yeah.
or whether you don't want to travel to such a far away location. A lot of the locations we've been talking about have been 3-4 hours outside of
Sure.
Seoul by bus and stuff, and not everybody wants to make that trek.
No.
So Incheon's a place you can kind of go and visit and see some cool stuff without having to leave the city too much. And for a lot of our listeners who maybe have visited Korea or are thinking of visiting Korea, the airport itself is obviously one of the highlights as well.
Sure, and that's the thing. I think most people who visit Korea, the only taste of Incheon they get is the airport.
Right.
Then they get on the bus, go to Seoul, and that's it.
Sure.
They never look back until they leave, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's where we're going to start, the airport, because I think that airport is one of the best that I've been to.
It is, definitely. I've been to quite a few airports, and it is one of the best. I mean, it's raised my expectations so much that I
Yes.
go to other countries' airports, and I'm like, what is this? This is nonsense.
This
There's
is a
nothing
shack.
here. Yeah, exactly. So there's not only, like, of course, the standard restaurants and stuff, but you also have a lot of cultural experience areas. They do musical performances with traditional instruments. They even often have kind of a traditional costumed people walking around as the king and the queen and their entourage.
I've seen that.
Through the airport. Yeah.
Just down the middle, like amongst the duty-free shops.
Yeah,
they have
exactly.
a parade,
Yeah.
like you get at Gyeongbokgung Palace, like a mini one.
Yes.
I was shocked. I was like, what's going on
Yes,
here?
and it has been years, but I do believe I am still on the big screen at Incheon Airport too, because I filmed
Seriously?
an advertisement for it. Yeah, like
Oh,
years
nice.
back, and they're still playing it.
I'm going to have to look out for that.
Yeah, it's you watch out for it.
You're promoting the airport, are you?
Yeah, it's me and my fake wife and child, and we're going around and showing how fun it is to be waiting for our flight at Incheon Airport, all the different things we can do.
I'm trying to think, are there any play areas there for kids? Yes, there are. There are a
is.
few.
Yeah, there absolutely
which
is.
are also really crucial when you've got children because they don't like duty-free shopping so much.
No. And, there's like, you can go get a massage. If you pay a little bit extra, there's like a lounge. You can go shower and
Yes.
nap and stuff like
Yeah,
this.
there's even like a little bedroom in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting.
It's really crazy. And I do have a tip, an Incheon Airport insider tip.
Ooh.
For those of you like me, I'm kind of scared of taking planes.
Okay,
So
yes,
I-
you did mention this.
Yeah,
right?
so I tend to like to drink a little bit before I get on to take the
Yes.
edge off, you know what I mean? Now, the problem is, as with most airports, it's expensive once you get through the gate, and any of the restaurants essentially
Sure.
to get beer at, usually it's like 5,000 or 6,000 won for a single can of beer or something
Yeah.
like that, right? So very overpriced.
Looking forward to this tip, Jesse.
Yeah, so what you want to do is you do not want to go through the gates. You do not want to go to the restaurants. You want to go down to the arrivals area, even though
Yeah.
you're going to be departing. So you can check your baggage first, go to the arrivals area, and they have convenience stores.
Yes.
And these convenience stores sell beer or whatever you want, soju if you're feeling really crazy, for the same price as you get at a regular convenience store. And you can just, in Korea, it's
Yeah.
legal to drink in public.
Sure.
It's legal to drink in the airport wherever you want. You can literally be drinking soju out of the bottle on a bench, and it's legal. So you can go ahead and grab a beer or two and sit there, and make sure to time it, of course, correctly, so you're
Yes.
not late getting through the gate to your flight.
Or too intoxicated because then they
Right.
might not let you through. But that's
I've never had
brilliant
that
tip.
problem.
What That's a brilliant tip, Jesse. Because I was thinking, once you go through the customs clearance, then there is nowhere that I could think of. I was trying to think of convenience stores inside.
Yeah, there's none.
No,
They only have the duty-free shops. And then you can buy alcohol, but it's like all you can get are big bottles of whiskey.
Sure,
Or like,
it's expensive.
yeah, it's something you're just going to drink to yourself before you get on the
Yeah.
plane, sort of thing.
Wow, what a great tip to take the edge off if you're scared of flying.
Yeah.
There's an insider tip for you.
Or if you're on a budget and you want to just eat a sandwich or something, you don't want to actually go to a restaurant and
Yeah.
pay for a full meal, the convenience store's got you covered.
And they've
there's
got
cheap
fast
snacks.
food restaurants down there on the arrivals floor.
That's true as well, yeah.
Which are cheaper than the restaurants inside, perhaps.
Yes.
Although they've got some reasonably priced like Korean food and whatnot in the departures area
That's
as well.
true, yeah.
So it's not too much of a rip-off in there. Okay, so Incheon Airport, we've done that, got that out of the way. Anything else in Incheon?
Yeah, there's many things. We've got Wolmi Park. Now we're going to talk about the more traditional park. This is essentially kind of like what you'd call like a Jeontong Maul, like a traditional village. It's actually a replica, like a recreation of what Korea used to be like way back in the day of the palace life, right?
I've not been here.
Yeah, it's actually, not a lot of people think about traditional like Korean village or Hanok Mall or whatever when they think about Incheon.
No.
But yeah, this is actually one of the nicest ones I've ever been to in Korea, which is saying a lot.
So it's like a park, but with a traditional kind of village inside?
Yeah, if you think of like a traditional village, it's very similar to that, but set up more as the palace life and where aristocratic families used to live way back in the Joseon dynasty and even before then. So it's replicating various things, gardens, they've got ponds, and they're all basically representations of how the palace life used to be. So you can kind of experience the palace atmosphere from ancient times, walk around.
Is
and
there
it's
an
really
entry
nice.
fee like Gyeongbokgung Palace and stuff?
I didn't look
I'm
into
not
that,
sure.
but if there's an entry fee, it's really, really cheap. Like it's going to cost you $1 or
Okay.
$2. When I went there, I've been there a couple times. There was no entry fee, but I'm not sure if that's because we were filming.
Sure.
Yeah, so they didn't charge us. But regardless, it's so cheap and it's worth it to just head in there. And it's a lesser known kind of feature of Incheon that a lot of people aren't aware of. Right?
Absolutely never heard of it even. So apparently there's a Wolmi mountain there that has an observatory where you can see the airport.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the ports, and you can go get and that's free to enter for sure. Now there's also a Wolmi amusement park, so it's separate from.
We're talking about Wolmi-do Island amusement park,
Yeah.
right? The old school rides that you're
So
not
there's
sure if they're
that
that
too.
safe. But
Yeah.
they're great fun.
There's both options. So maybe you could go to the amusement park first and then kind of calm down by coming to the traditional park and seeing how palace life used to be.
Yeah, that's a great place to go and see like old time Korean seaside resort. Like the atmosphere there. Because they've got all these crazy little rides. You're not sure how old they are, how safe they are. They are apparently safe. But you get to eat some street food around there. I go in wintertime sometimes, before I had kids with my wife. And you just feel so sick after going on those rides. But it was a good experience.
Yeah, can you ride any ride? You're good to go.
No,
roller coaster,
no.
gyro drop.
I'm pretty bad with most.
Okay, yeah, I don't really like them either.
No,
Viking's about my limit, and even
I hate
that.
the Viking.
Yeah, I
that's
didn't
actually
like
my
it.
worst, I think.
Okay.
Because you're getting that dropping feeling
Yeah.
non-stop. I don't like that feeling. Yeah, I don't mind
either.
going upside down and quick, but that dropping feeling really does it for me. So yeah, if you don't like that, don't go. But
Right. Instead, go to Wolmi Park, the traditional village.
have a walk, a nice stroll, and look manly doing that instead. And then something that we wanted to focus on a bit more was Chinatown.
Yes.
Not many foreigners, I think, understand or know that Chinatown in Incheon is quite famous.
Yes, it is. And in fact, it is said to be the birthplace of jjajangmyeon.
Really?
The first jjajangmyeon ever was created in Incheon's Chinatown from some of the early Chinese, I guess, settlers who were over here. They created this dish. It's actually a variation of a Chinese jjajangmyeon. So it sounds very similar.
Really?
But it's different. If you get it in Beijing or in China, the noodles are thinner and the sauce is different as well. So they kind of created the version that's known and beloved here in Korea.
Yeah, it's kind of
Chinatown.
a black bean sauce with onions chopped in there and whatnot. But it
And
tastes
pork.
very different to black bean sauce in the UK Chinese restaurants as well.
Does it? Yeah.
Like every country has their own version of Chinese, and this is Korea's like most popular Chinese dish.
Right. And a lot of people misunderstand that it's like a Koreanized version.
Yeah.
But it was actually originally created by Chinese people who are here, so it's a Chinese invention.
That's an interesting tidbit. And that's because Incheon, as well as being an airport, it was originally a port, like a seaport.
That's right.
And that's where you got a lot of Chinese visitors, I think, arriving.
Yeah. Have you been to the Chinatown before?
Yeah, I gotta say, when I went, it was so quiet. And I think we went on a weekday for some reason. It was just really dead, and I was not impressed. I was like, oh, is this it? Is this everything? But I'm sure on like busy days, maybe Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year kind of thing, it's going to be a lot more of a festive feeling. There were some nice Chinese restaurants. Like the food there was quite good.
Yeah, there is. You can get some really good dumplings in Chinatown. That is a tip for sure.
Yeah, so Chinatown, many cities across the world have a Chinatown. So we'd love to hear from you guys if there's a Chinatown where you live, and we can talk about that together on it after the song break. We've got a message here from Cisco saying, I didn't notice if the music was different. I just noticed that Ryan and Sarah's segment. So you didn't even notice the jingle. Pidinim, Shock PD, was the intro music different today? The intro music for us, was it different? I will ask him during the song break.
Okay.
And then we'll get it played again because even our listeners are confused.
You can't have that.
No. Let's play a song and we're back after this. This one is Bulldog Mention with I Like You. 좋아요.
저 파란 하늘 구름 위로 세상을 밝게 비춰주는 햇살처럼 환한 미소가 좋은 그대 있어 지금 난 행복합니다 두근대는 마음으로 다가가 저기요 말을 건네던 그 설레임 처음처럼 말로 표현 못해도 여전히 그대 향한 마음은 I love you 가슴 벅찬 기쁜 일이 있을 때 때로는 마음 아파 힘들 때에도 지금처럼 나의 곁을 지켜준 그대가 있어 난 좋아 저 파란 하늘 구름 위로 세상을 밝게 비춰주는 햇살처럼 환한 미소가 좋은 그대 있어 지금 난 행복합니다 그대가 있어 난 좋아 저 파란 하늘 구름 위로 세상을 밝게 비춰주는 햇살처럼 환한 미소가 좋은 그대 있어 지금 난 행복합니다 그대도 나와 같나요 나와 결혼해주세요
The Real Travel Bug.
With Jesse and Peter. Yeah, that's. I thought something was different.
That's the music. I didn't even remember that. But yeah, it's like that little banjo playing. That's
Yeah.
our code music. But our producer for the day is Shock PD. He's covering for Ham PD. And he hasn't done the show for a couple of weeks. And he's already forgotten the code music.
Jeez.
So the one that we did was actually from Ryan's, Chef Ryan's music.
Okay, well, I like our music better anyway.
It suits
so,
a travel
yeah.
segment, I think. Yeah, I feel like I'm going somewhere. I'm just punching the mic for no reason there. It's Chinatown, and we got some messages here, actually. Do you know, Siska says, the name of the Chinese dish that jjajangmyeon followed? Could you...
Jjajangmyeon.
Yeah, jjajangmyeon.
Yeah.
Ah, so it's very...
Jjajangmyeon.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see. Because she's mentioned another dish, I think, called yamian, which is black/dark brown sauce, but not as dark as jjajangmyeon. I wonder what yamian tastes like then.
It's
What
probably
is that?
similar.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with Chinese food is, like, I used to live in China, and China's so ridiculously large with so many different regions
Yeah.
that there's so many different dishes and then different variations on similar dishes. You know what I mean? So
even region by region.
yeah,
there.
it's crazy. Each region has its like own style of cooking.
I can imagine. Yeah. Where did you live in China? Just
Beijing, but I
Beijing.
traveled all over the country. I did a lot of hip hop shows around China, actually.
Really?
Yeah, in Shanghai, Suzhou, Changzhou.
Was there a big appetite
all
for
over the
hip hop
place.
there?
Not really as a style of music, mostly as like, hey, we want a foreigner guy in our club rapping.
Singing.
Like it's kind of a novelty sort of thing.
Right.
So it's a little bit different than like, whereas in Korea or back home, you would do a hip hop show and you would have hip hop fans show up to see this performer,
Yeah.
right? But In China, it's more like they already have a packed club, so it's like a weekend, so it's already going to be packed. So you're not there to like draw a crowd.
No.
You're there to entertain the crowd that is already going to be there. Like, okay, with DJ, everybody's dancing, and suddenly, hey, check it, there's foreign MCs coming out, and then I'd come out. But the strange thing about performing hip hop in China is you perform cover songs, not your own material.
Oh.
So I'm actually out there like rapping Snoop Dogg and like,
Eminem and things like that.
Yeah.
That's
like
funny.
because that's
You're doing karaoke almost.
essentially
in front of
because that's the thing. Like it's again, this was like 10 years ago, so I don't know if things have changed.
Sure.
But when I was there, if you try to rap your own original song, and I learned this a few times because the club promoters were like, do whatever you want. So I'm like, okay, I'll do some of my original material mixed in with some covers. The original songs, people just stand there staring at you like, what is this?
They don't know.
And then right away you're like, okay, let's do Flow Rider Low. And everyone's like, yeah, everybody get low, low. And everybody's like going crazy all of a sudden. I'm like, okay, I get it. Like you can't really, they're not going to dance to something they're not aware of what it is.
Because they're not really hip hop fans per se.
Right. They're just random people at a club on a weekend, so you can't expect that much of them, yeah.
That's an interesting side of things in China that I've never heard about.
Yeah.
Some other messages then about Chinatown. We've got one from Siska who says, oh, Incheon's one. I've never been there, but I will put a plan in my diary to do it next time I'm in Korea. Yeah, it could be a place to go to experience some authentic-ish Chinese food here in Korea.
Yeah, I think it's worth it.
And she says she lives to the Chinatown in Jakarta, very, very near to there. That's why it's so easy to find yummy food like porky pork ones. There's a lot of pork in Chinese cooking.
I'm sure exactly what you're referring to there, but
not sure there's a dish called porky pork.
Yes.
That would be good. In Yin says about airports. We were mentioning Incheon.
Yeah.
I'm on the way to the airport now to try out a flight simulator. The Kuala Lumpur International Airport is actually not in the capital city. It's about 40 minutes away by car. That's the same with Incheon.
Yeah.
Many people think when they're coming to Seoul, it's Seoul Incheon Airport, but it's not in Seoul at all.
Right, it's a bit of a trek.
Yeah.
You got to take a bus back.
Yeah, she says, Ingyin says, I love Incheon Airport because there are some Korean culture experience activities, like we mentioned. I remember trying on hanbok and making traditional masks.
Yeah.
We also have a Chinatown here, but it's mostly foreign workers manning the stalls. Locals don't really go there. It's a touristy thing. We have 2 Korean towns in Malaysia as well. Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'd love to pay a visit. Have you got any Korea towns in Canada near where you're from, Jesse?
Well, in Vancouver, we have an area called Coquitlam that is where the most Korean people live. So that's the one place you'll actually see Korean signs, Hangul signs, and restaurants and stuff like that. So it's kind of like the main area. So you could kind of call it Koreatown, but it's not like a tourist destination.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like, let's go to Koreatown. Yeah.
People.
But there's Korean restaurants and stuff there.
Yeah, it's the same in the UK. It's not a Korean destination, but New Malden in London is where most Korean people live.
Right.
And that's where you have the signs in Korean, but it's really for locals.
Yeah.
Like local Koreans in the UK.
But geez, those restaurants in Vancouver, the Korean restaurants, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, same
like a bottle of
Malden.
soju is like $16.
It's insane
And,
prices.
and you could literally get it for 80 cents at E-Mart here.
I know that. That's when I don't drink soju
Inflation.
when I'm abroad. Not at all. So we're talking Chinatown. So why don't we take a trip over to Chinatown that you'd like to talk about, Jesse?
Vancouver's Chinatown. Interestingly, I was very involved with the Chinese community in Vancouver in general.
Oh.
So there's a few different places that could be considered Chinatown. There's the traditional Vancouver Chinatown, and there are some areas, Richmond in particular, which is kind of, it's almost like Incheon would be to Seoul. It's like kind of part of Seoul, but kind of a little bit off the beaten path.
Sure.
Or more like Bundang, actually, if you were to put it that way.
Yeah.
So in Richmond is where you have a huge, it's almost like not Chinatown, China City. It's like,
oh, really?
Yeah, it's very big, and it's all tons of people from China and Hong Kong and Taiwan as well.
Amazing.
So that's kind of its own Chinatown as well. So I got really involved with the Chinese community doing hip-hop shows, actually, which is a big reason why I then transitioned to moving to China to do hip-hop shows in China.
Canada, you did hip-hop shows
for the Chinese community.
For the Chinese community?
Yeah. And I was always the only non-Chinese performer. They would have these like traditional, I would like do like Chinese New Year gigs and stuff like that. It was
How did you get
really
into that,
interesting.
Jesse?
Really
That's
random. Yeah, I had a Chinese friend, and she just, without telling me, called them and was like, can my friend perform at your show? And they were like, yeah, sure. And then they gave me like Chinese girl backup dancers and all that. It was like really weird. Yeah. And so
I'm jealous.
After that first show, then I started like getting to know the people who ran the thing, and they invited me for other shows and stuff like that too. And they were kind of like helping me, advising me on like should I go to China and do hip hop there? And I wanted to anyways. So yeah, and I recorded 2 songs in Vancouver with Chinese female singers.
Brilliant.
Where I would like rap in English and they would sing in Chinese.
Nice.
And sort of released those over like independently online over in China, and it did really well, and that was like a reason that kind of pushed me to move there in the first place.
Wow.
So I've got this weird backstory with the Chinese.
That's
with
amazing.
Chinatown in
And
Vancouver.
that was in Richmond, was it, that you mainly went to?
Yes, Richmond, and also the actual Chinatown as well, which is more in downtown Vancouver.
So there
but
is a
not as much.
downtown one as well.
There is a downtown one. That was the original one where the first Chinese kind of settlers, and probably the unfortunate history, of course, about Chinese working on the railroads and stuff. I think that's where a lot of them first came over as well.
Sure.
But it dates back to the early or the late 1800s when they first came over, and nowadays it's completely changed. Now, unfortunately, when I was back home, there was a lot of areas of Chinatown that were kind of pretty, I don't want to say crime-ridden, but a lot of homeless and drug problems going on around that area.
Oh, dear.
So it's not a place you'd really want to go. However, I am going to be visiting Canada next month, and I saw some recent pictures, including the one we've posted online today of the Vancouver Chinatown. It looks way nicer and really cleaned up. So I think I'm going to. That's actually the Incheon one.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks really great. So I want to go back and visit and see if things have changed.
Try it again. There is a Chinatown in London, which has quite a long history as well, in Soho, in the Soho district. And that district in itself is where a lot of drinking takes place, maybe a bit of fighting and whatnot.
Right.
So it wasn't the nicest area, but it's been really gentrified now.
Okay.
But it's still just a couple of streets, about 3-4 streets, full of Chinese restaurants, herbal medicine, things like that. You see a lot of Chinese people, but a lot of tourists as well.
Yeah.
And the smell of Chinese food is just delicious around there.
Yeah, I have to. I don't know how this is popular. This is going to make me here on DailyK, but I think Chinese food is probably, to me, the best food in the world. Like when in actual China, when you're there, just the variety of dishes, how low the cost is, and it's just there's so much different good food there. So
no, I don't think any listeners would begrudge that. That's why Chinese food is everywhere and is popular in every country.
That's true.
And there's little tweaks to it everywhere as well. In Canada, what is like a popular Chinese dish? It's not jjajangmyeon, is it? It's not black bean noodles.
Yeah, actually, that's very not known in Vancouver style Chinese
neither in
cooking.
London. So
for us, it's fried rice for sure. You know, the standard kind of Americanized staples, the kung pao chicken and stuff.
Okay.
But we do have a lot of actual real traditional Chinese restaurants, and that was the first place I think I tried tripe. Like the actual, it's a cow's stomach, right? And I thought it was pretty good, and I think that was my first time trying that. And that's not something you can usually get at the Americanized Chinese restaurants.
No, yeah. So if you go to Chinatown in London as well, you can get the real authentic dishes. But like in the suburbs where maybe it's a Chinese person running it, but they'll do it to local taste. The most popular dish is duck and pancakes.
Oh yeah, the Beijing duck.
Yeah. Is that close to the actual duck in Beijing?
It's way more expensive.
Okay, sure.
And not as good. In Beijing, you can get like as much Peking duck or whatever they would call it as you can pretty much handle for like $5-6.
Wow.
But this was like 8 years ago, so it might be more expensive now, but it's not expensive.
That's
and it's
insanely
really
cheap.
good. Yeah,
because in the restaurants in the UK, that's one of the premium dishes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and you can go to like a really upscale place in China but a lot of just really average restaurants have it, and it's really good and for a cheap price. So
we used to have it with the pancakes with the spring onions, some cucumber, and some plum sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's like everyone's favorite Chinese dish in the UK.
Yeah, it's super good.
It is really good. Yeah. Oh, I'm really hungry now.
Yeah, I could go for some Beijing duck.
We got a couple of messages here. One from AK 2012 in Singapore saying Chinatown. We've got Chinatown in Singapore, and although it's a tourist attraction, many locals also like to go there too.
Oh.
I think that's a good sign because that means it's not rubbish.
And the quality of the restaurants is going to be good.
Yeah, and there are also 2 Korean towns here. Many Korean restaurants are located there. There's a supermarket and a small library. Wow, in Koreatown in Singapore. Have you been to Singapore, Jesse?
I have not. I would like to visit though.
I went to the airport. We were talking about airports earlier.
Yeah.
Their airport is pretty nice. It's not as new as Incheon, I don't think, but what they've got there is a slide that takes you from one floor to another.
Right.
So you're like in the departure area, and I think you need to pay to go on it, but it's like this slide that can take you down maybe 2 or 3 stories.
So you slide down this thing.
Yeah, I don't know what you do with your baggage though. Like
Wow.
obviously you don't have your big bags because they're checked in, but still you've got your carry-on baggage. But it's like this side for adults mainly.
That's fascinating. One of the things that's always intrigued me about Singapore is how hardcore they are about crime over there.
Like spitting out gum and things like that.
Yeah.
I've heard they really clamp down. Yeah.
Yeah, like gum's illegal, I believe.
think so. Yeah.
And you just get beaten for most crimes, which I kind of like. I mean, let's crack down on it.
That's
you know?
why there's hardly any crime there.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And it's so clean as well. That image of Singapore is really true. Siska from Indonesia says, yeah, we've got Korean town for sure. It's on the south part of Jakarta, and Korean people usually live in the south or north part there. And it's funny, I don't know why they separate north or south, because then they can't meet each other. That's an interesting one. I don't think it's deliberate, Siska.
Yeah.
I hope not, anyway. Do we have any others? I'm trying to think of my favourite Chinese dish apart from duck. You're right, fried rice, especially for foreigners, for like not foreigners, but for locals in the UK is their favourite as well.
Yeah, well, it's very interesting to see the way that certain local dishes are changed, and when you finally eat the real one, how different it can be.
Yeah.
I remember being in Las Vegas, and there's this really good Mexican place, and they had pig's brain tacos and cow tongue taco and pig stomach taco.
Were they good?
Really good.
Really?
Yeah, and these were like normal. It was like a Tijuanan, I believe, originally from Tijuana style cuisine.
Amazing.
And so it really opens your eyes to like, whoa, this stuff's out there, like, because you wouldn't even know. And that's like just like I told you when I first had the tripe at that Chinese restaurant.
Sure.
I had no idea that Chinese food had that.
That's so true.
Just because I'm used to eating, with the Mexican food, people are used to Taco Bell, and with the Chinese food,
Yes.
they're used to whatever local, fast food style Chinese place they have. So.
Sweet and sour pork and whatnot.
Yeah.
I've been to Beijing once, and we had this really interesting dish there. It was kind of like shabu shabu.
Okay.
But it was this round dish. It had this kind of chimney coming out the top,
Yeah.
and you dip like foods and cook it in there.
Yeah, hot pot, 火锅.
Oh, okay, yeah. It was like a Chinese style. And it was something I've never seen in the UK Chinese restaurants.
Same. We don't really have that in
I've
Vancouver
heard that it's
either.
becoming more popular here, though, in Korea. You can find
Oh, like
places...
the Chinese style of it?
Yeah,
It's a little
hogwok.
different, yeah.
And you get like two different soups.
Yeah,
like
right.
a spicy one and a not so spicy one.
Right.
That's a good dish to have as well. Yeah, local cuisine, you've really got to try it in that country to get
Yeah.
a real flavour for it.
Or in Chinatown itself, you're going to find a much... Look for the restaurants that have mostly Chinese people in them, because then you know that it's going to be close to authentic experience.
That is really true. Like, my parents used to always say that, and I kind of frowned and said, is that really true? But then you go in there where there's lots of Chinese people all speaking Chinese, and you're the only foreigner, then it's the best meal you'll have.
Right. You
So
know
good.
that it's the real deal.
Awesome. Oh, great, Jesse. Thank you for bringing in Incheon and Chinatown and Incheon Airport. You're going to be back next week?
Yes.
All right, we'll see you then. Have a good week.
You too.
We will play a song now from Deli Spice. I'll always keep the engine on. 항상 엔진을 켜둘게.
우리를 앞둔 밤에 아무도 없는 새벽 도로를 질주해서 바닷가에 자체가 없어졌지 Back in the day 화창한 날씨 화려한 봄빛 항상 네 곁에 있었지 내가 있었지 내가 Give me the light You are my sunrise 너 없는 난 아무것도 아냐 넌 내 마지막 You're my last 언제까지나 You're my last 네가 불길이라도 난 뛰어들게 너와 나의 저 하늘을 걷게 물들인 저 이별을 어서 지워줘 더 이상 내가 다가갈 수 없게 너를 바라볼 수 없게 네 곁에 머물고 싶어 Because I'm shadow 간절하게 원하고 있는데 눈부셨던 그때로 나 돌아갈래 그림자처럼 항상 함께였던 아름다운 네 미소가 날 비춘다 Because I'm shadow Early in the morning 오늘도 역시 The sun is shining 빛은 사라졌지 널 데리고서 저 멀리 Give me the light You are my sunrise 너 없는 난 아무것도 아냐 넌 내 마지막 You're my last 언제까지나 You're my last 네가 불길이라도 난 뛰어들게 너와 나의 저 하늘을 걷게 물들인 저 이별을 어서 지워줘 더 이상 내가 다가갈 수 없게 너를 바라볼 수 없게 네 곁에 머물고 싶어 Because I'm shadow 간절하게 원하고 있는데 눈부셨던 그때로 나 돌아갈래 그림자처럼 항상 함께였던 아름다운 네 미소가 날 비춘다 Because I'm shadow Erase 이제 지워 이젠 싫어 미워 fall Down ready I'm not a vampire not a night ghost 속에 느껴 내 이름 부르고 가 다시 함께하기를 기다려 Oh 너를 잊는다는 건 나 역시 지워진다는 거 너와 나의 저 하늘을 걷게 물들인 저 이별을 어서 지워줘 더 이상 내가 다가갈 수 없게 너를 바라볼 수 없게 네 곁에 머물고 싶어 Because I'm shadow 간절하게 원하고 있는데 눈부셨던 그때로 나 돌아갈래 그림자처럼 항상 함께였던 아름다운 네 미소가 날 비추고 Because I'm shadow Because I'm shadow
That was Beast with Can You Guess the Song Title? Oh, you clever beings. It was Shadow. Yes, lovely song there. We are talking about Chinatown and different destinations, different expat enclaves in your city. I think it's so interesting to see those different regions within a city. I think even in Seoul there's actually like an Eastern European, or I should say like Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, that kind of enclave I should say as well. I've never been, but I would love to check it out too. We got some messages from the weekend, and the reason I want to get back to these is because that's if you don't listen on Saturday and Sunday, please do so, because it's all about travelling in the second hour. There's no guests, but we've got coast to coast and travels on foot where we take a look at Korea in more detail. Maureen says on Coast to Coast we went on trendy trips within Seoul, so some less known places off the beaten track, so to speak. She said Seoul is so big that there are so many untouristic places to see and visit. So great. Really nice suggestions, Peter. I was picturing all those places and suggestions while listening to you and remembering them. I already know some of them and remembering things I've already done while in Seoul, like having brunch in such a cool, fancy place. So yeah, please do listen to the weekend edition of #DailyK. We do try and play some of your requests as well that kind of are left over from there. Siska also said about that segment, I went to Hapjeong because Hapjeong was one of the districts that we introduced. Siska got a bus to Paju there but didn't explore the area, but that area is full of wonderful cafes as well. So if you listen on the weekend and you're planning to come to Korea, it's great. You should note down just a few of the places that you like the sound sound of, and then make sure you put them on your itinerary as well. Another message from the weekend. We've got Berry Wan from Turkey saying, hi DJ Peter, have a happy weekend. I did have a happy weekend. Thank you so much for that. And Berry Wan, you often message us outside the show hours, so I'm curious, do you get to listen during the live show as well? Please do let us know. Nadlove XO20, your song request, sorry we couldn't play it. If there's anything else you'd like to hear, then do let us know as well. The same goes for Unji94 too. If there's any other songs you want to listen to, let us know. If we don't play them today, maybe we'll fit them into the show tomorrow. All right, a song here from 17 and Ailey. This is Q&A.
Yeah. Just stop acting like you didn't hear me or yo 서로 매번 듣는 둥 하는 둥 말을 돌려대 girl I know what's up on your mind stop fronting and tell me I want yo baby I want yo baby I want yo 너를 떠올릴 때마다 I got me singing
questioning answer 또 못 들은 척 괜히 모르는 척 해봐도 I want you baby you know I need you 널 보면 누구나도 몰리는 행복함은 I'm asking you 널 보면 누구나도 몰리는 또 혼자 생긴 I'm asking you RQ&A
감수성 터져 메모장에 가득 찼어 몇 개 골라 던진 유도지문에 피시고서 넘겨 보통 여가 내게 아니야 동공지진 나도 말이야 그 무거게 넘어서 문 하나인데 답을 모르겠단 말이야
Let me know 나 왜 이러는지 모르겠어 아무도 눈에 안 들어와 don't know why Must be something in your eyes
하루 종일 서로의 눈만 쳐다보다 시간이 가
들키지 않으려 자꾸 애쓰는 듯한 시선 I know you already know that I want you I need you my baby Let me know 나 왜 이러는지 모르겠어 아무도 눈에 안 들어와 don't know why Must be something in your eyes
yeah, 너를 떠올릴 때마다 I got me singing
questioning answer 또 못 들은 척 괜히 모르는 척 해봐도 I already know that I want you baby you know I need you 널 보면 누구나도 몰리는 행복함은 I'm asking you 널 보면 누구나도 몰리는 또 혼자 생긴 I'm asking you RQ&A
넌 말 안 해도 다 알아 내가 원하는 답변 boy 말은 정처 없이 돌아가고 몰라올라 바로 넘어가자면 살짝 답답해질 널 같은 질문 몇 번에 풀이해 딱 봐도 답은 정해져 있는데 날 보면 싹 다 잊어버리대 딴 말 나오고 넌 바로 또 당황한 표정을 보이네 whatever 싫지만은 않은 이 강의 느낌을 즐길래
Let me know 나 왜 이러는지 모르겠어 아무도 눈에 안 들어와 don't know why Must be something in your eyes
하루 종일 서로의 눈만 쳐다보다 시간이 가
questioning answer 또 못 들은 척 괜히 모르는 척 해봐도 I already know that I want you baby you know I need you 널 보면 누구나도 몰리는 행복함은 I'm asking you 널 보면 누구나도 몰리는 또 혼자 생긴 I'm asking you RQ&A
뭘 어렵게 생각해 너의 마음속에 있는 그대로 말해 You just look into my eyes and tell me what's on your mind 이 두 눈이 다 말해주잖아 Yeah, got me singing like 뭘 어렵게 생각해 너의 마음속에 있는 그대로 말해 When I look into your eyes you tell me what's on your mind I will Q&A got me singing
questioning answer 또 못 들은 척 괜히 모르는 척 해봐도 already know that I want you baby you know I need you 널 보면 누구나도 몰리는 행복함은 I'm asking you 널 보면 누구나도 몰리는 또 혼자 생긴 I'm asking you RQ&A
Q&A. Think of hashtag DailyK as your very own Q&A on career. If you've got any questions, then we've got the answers. Just let us know on the message board anytime you like. A little overspill from our travel buff segment here. Maureen from Portugal says, I want a Koreatown in Portugal. is there a Korean population there? You say we have a big Chinese community living here, but we don't have a Chinatown. Maybe some neighborhoods or places in Lisbon with much more Chinese restaurants and stores, but that's pretty much it. Portugal is a small country with a strong tradition and identity, so maybe that's the reason we don't have a lot of expat enclaves here. Good point. Yeah, why don't you? I saw when I went to Sesimbra, which is in Portugal, lovely beach destination there, that there were some sushi restaurants there, and also maybe a Chinese one, and I thought that kind of looked almost out of place in Sesimbra, which had all the seafood Portuguese restaurants there. Was very interesting. But yeah, let's get a petition started to start up a Koreatown there. Siska from Indonesia says, I love Shock PD's playlist, always covering all the song requests from us. We miss ya. Yes, we do all miss Shock PD, but it's good to have Han PD on board as well, and she will be back on the show tomorrow. So before I leave, let me say a big thanks to all our staff members, especially our producer Shock PD for coming back for one time only, our writers Ma Jung Lim, Kwak Kyung Ok and Kaylin Rowe, our sound engineers for the day were Kim Hyung Tae and Kim Dok Hwan. A big thank you to our listeners for participating, for lending your ears and writing us messages. I am sincere in that thanks, even if I don't sound it because I'm reading it like a list there, sorry. It's been your daily dose of Korea, #DailyK. Last song is by 100% You Beauty, 네가 예쁘다, #King Peter out.
너를 처음 봤을 땐네 맘속에 이미 내가 보였고 너와 함께 있는 상상을 해 Imagine in my eyes 난 너에게 가는 멀어 fly 넌 내 맘 씻어주는 와인밤 내게 살짝 미소 지을 때 내 가슴은 뛰는 걸 내겐 네가 예쁘다 내 눈에는 정말 네가 예쁘다 내가 사랑한 You're the only one 너만이 여자로 보여 Oh baby 내겐 네가 예쁘다 내 눈에는 항상 너만 예뻤다 너만 눈부셨다 너를 믿어 널 사랑해 only you 너만 있으면 돼 Oh baby 네가 예쁘다 난 너에게 가는 butterfly 넌 내 맘 씻어주는 와인밤 내게 살짝 미소 지을 때 내 가슴은 뛰는 걸 내겐 네가 예쁘다 내 눈에는 정말 네가 예쁘다 내가 사랑한 You're the only one 너만이 여자로 보여 Oh baby 내겐 네가 예쁘다 내 눈에는 항상 너만 예뻤다 너만 눈부셨다 너를 믿어 널 사랑해 only you Oh baby 널 만나고 두근거려 매일이 사랑에 빠진 것 같아 maybe 너는 왜 이리 이번 이 사진은 24시간 in my pocket 항상 꺼내어 다시 봐도 너무 나를 부셔서 가슴 벅차
One exclusive. It's here it is. Two. Now check this out. Okay, fellas. 3. 11. Go.
Next up, Arirang News.
Welcome to Arirang News. This is Kwon Ju-hyun, and we start with our top headlines at this hour. Korea's main and minor opposition party